Just drop a line and reel 'em in. It's good old boys come fishing again. Just drop a line and reel 'em in. It's good old boys come fishing again.
Yeah, it's that time again to drop a line. So sit back and relax and let's go fishing again. Come along as we join John Shaw and today's special guest. Reel 'em in on Fishin' with the Good Old Boys. Good fishing.
Just drop a line and reel 'em in. It's good old boys come fishing again. Just drop a line and reel 'em in. It's good old boys come fishing again. It's good old boys come fishing again.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Summertime, and here we are doing some bank fishing at one of our favorite places. It's called Earl's Bush. This is my good buddy, George Pappas. You heard some of his music on Fishing with the Good Old Boys. We're going to be doing some live bait fishing, maybe throw a spinner bait or two, just have a good old time today. So you stay tuned. We'll be right back with a lot more to come. Get it, Georgie boy. Play that thing, son. All right. All right, folks, we're going to throw a couple of worms first to see if we could do this. It's a hot little spot that Georgie and I fish quite often. And there's smallmouth in here, largemouth.
Got one.
All right, Georgie. What do we have here, buddy?
Oh, it looks like a little smallie. Got him.
A little smallmouth. All right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Little smallie. Got him barely hooked.
I like smallmouth, though. They fight pretty good.
Yeah, they fight. He didn't do much, but usually they fight real good.
All right.
Let him go back, get
Let
bigger.
that boy grow. There he goes. Off to the races again. So, George, tell the folks what you were using there. A little earthworm, or what do you have, a split
Just
shot on
a
it?
regular Canadian night crawler. I got a number 4 two-turn hook on and a little split shot about 18 inches above it. The old standby, and just threw it out there.
And you hit one right away there. Real good, George, real good.
See if we can't get a bigger one.
Oh, they're here. We were out here a few weeks ago, George and I. We just killed them up here. We pulled out about 25 fish out of here. Smallmouth, largemouth,
everything.
a couple of cats, a couple of big bullgills. Just good, fun stuff, folks. Nice way to spend a morning or an afternoon relaxing here right off the bank.
It's crazy, a lot of snags, but a lot of fish too.
So this, ooh, I just got a little bite there. What do we have here? Bluegill? Or what do we have?
Oh,
Oh, son.
one of those famous.
One of those snags
snags
that we have up here. I think it might have been a bluegill, though. See if I could get him. Whoa. Another thing that I'm using over here, folks, is 4-pound test with a little, you might say, a trout pole here.
Sure makes it a lot more exciting,
Yeah,
fun.
it sure does, George, when you catch one. Although when you get a snag like this, most of the time, you're going to break it off,
Yeah,
like I'm about to do now.
that's why I had to switch back. I was using it last week, but just got too many snags.
Yep. I broke that puppy off there.
One just turned over there.
Yeah, I see a lot of fish jumping around here. Maybe I'll switch to a pop-R, although we want to do a spinnerbait and some worms and things like this. It's definitely a beautiful morning. Not too hot. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah. That sun's shining bright, though.
All right. Ooh.
Nice one, huh?
Yeah, I got to be careful with this light 4-pound line here.
I just caught a dink.
Yeah, all right. Let him go. Got to be real careful. He's running me all over. He's not very big, but like I was saying before, folks, with this 4-pound test, this is really a kick. Come on, boy. Woo, woo, woo. Don't go into that rock. I don't want to muscle them too much or else.
Still got your worm too.
Yeah. Woo.
A little smaller.
All right, nice little smallie here. Got to be real careful with this 4-pound test, folks. All right, and all these rocks that we're standing on, got to be careful we don't want to fall in here. All right. Yeah. There he is. Nice little smallie. They're real fun to catch with these real light line and tackle here that we're using today. Now, Georgie, what's the story with smallies? When you throw them back in, they're liable to scare the other guys away, huh? That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
We'll take the chance or what?
Oh, there's plenty of largemouth.
All right, so we'll just put that little guy back
You don't
in.
want to keep it.
There you go, boy. Grow. Tell the folks how, go get you, where you gonna stay set up over there? What you do, folks, put this worm on. We have a little split shot, about 18 inches up. And you cast her on out there. Let me get this worm and put him back on the hook here. You just let it free fall to the bottom. Keep an eye on your line. And you'll see it go away. And then when that's happening, just yank on that puppy.
Oh,
and you
just
got
missed
him.
one.
Another one, Georgie?
Yeah, he took mine bait.
All right, baby.
Nice one.
That's a nice one. This 4-pound test is great. Whoa, whoa. As soon as that sun, the clouds come over to cover the sun, they start really whacking them here.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, folks, I love this 4-pound action. Come on. Come on. Whoop. There's a lot of branches down there, so we got to be careful with that.
Oh, he's fighting.
Yeah, he is. I don't want him to break this line. This little 4. Ooh.
Oh, another smallie?
No, it's look like a largemouth, George. Come on, come to Papa. Ooh. Got to be real gentle with this 4-pound.
That's a smallie.
That's a small. That's a bigger small.
Yeah, nice one. Boy, they
Nice
fight.
one. They fight real nice. Tell you what we're gonna do. Woo! Tell you, why don't we keep this guy over here on a stringer
So you don't scare the
so
others.
we don't
huh?
scare the others? Because I know these smallies scare the other boys away.
Yeah, they're getting a little bigger.
Yeah, they're getting a little bigger.
Those smallmouths make up for it in the fight, though.
Yeah, they sure do. This is our little secret place, folks. Earl's Bush. Georgie, tell them how we came upon the name of Earl's Bush.
Well, we were out here one day in one of those $20,000 bass boats flying all over the lake. Couldn't catch a thing, and we come into this cove here, and there's a guy sitting here on the bank. We started talking. His name was Earl, and he was just cleaning up the bass. So we sort of named this bush after him, Earl's Bush. And
Earl's Bush.
wherever Earl is.
Good
he'll see
old
it.
Earl. I think he's from Mesa or something like that.
Right. He sure
Good
showed us a
old
good
Earl.
spot. We always catch fish here right off the bank. What the deal is here is you have a big cove that's really deep in the middle, slants down. You got some heavy cover here, brush hanging out here, and it just goes from shallow to deep, and in between there is the trees, and just a perfect place for these fish to hang out.
Folks, here's another little tip here. When you get a fish that you're going to keep or anything and you want to keep them alive, take your stringer, if you're using a stringer like this, naturally if you don't have a boat with a live well, and just put it through the lower lip right there, and it keeps the fish really, really healthy. It don't go through the gills or anything like that.
That way you can let him go later if you want.
Yeah, and let him go and he'll still be healthy. That's what we're going to do. Whoa, this
He's
little
sure
small,
healthy.
he's a jumping fool. I love these smallmouths, I tell you.
Yeah, they're my favorites.
Georgie, tell the folks how you worked the worm, how we've been working it this morning here.
Well, I just been throwing it out there, and I let it sit a while and just give it a little lift like that, like you do a rubber worm.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just twitch it like that, and they smack it hard right in the twitch.
Yeah, it's definitely been working for me. Caught a couple here, nice smallies.
And we're in two different worlds here. You're using 4-pound line, I got 14-pound line.
Well, you were using that light stuff before, and
Yeah, I lost so many hooks, I
yeah,
had to
you
give it
decided
up.
to go with that heavier stuff, and I think you're working more in a bush over there than I am out
I
here.
go in there now. I pull that bush out with this stuff.
I tell you, the cloud cover is definitely helping. Smallmouth seem to really turn on when the cloud, you know, comes along, and they really go crazy in a rainstorm when it just starts raining. And at least it's been my experience.
Yeah, while I was out here that one day, I caught a 3-pound and a 3.5-pound smallmouth out here, and there was a real heavy cloud cover.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that well. I was up at Pumpkin Center there, and we're giving our secret place away. And you come along with those
we're at
two big,
Roosevelt, huh?
with those two big smallies there, and it was like, whoa! Everybody in the bar there sort of, hey, give you a little ovation there.
Yeah, they were
Like
nice
they do when
fish.
you're up there playing your harmonica. Earl's Bush. Every bank fisherman's dream. It's a place where you go and you just want to sit on the bank and throw in a worm. Or a minnow. Fish on the bottom or with a bobber. Every lake should have one. Or every lake does have one. You just have to look around the lake and find it.
Hi, I'm Greg Hines with this week's tip. I'm going to introduce you, or reintroduce you, to a bait that everybody's probably heard of or fished in a long time ago. It's a Cordell Spot. They did something new to it, though. They put this new G finish on it. It's just a super, super finish. It almost glows in the water. But let me tell you a few ways the way I'm fishing the bait now. Okay, on the Cordell Spot, I'm using the long rod and casting a long ways, and I'm fishing it across the big flat points. Don't be afraid to throw this bait up into 2, 3, 4 foot of water, and a pretty quick retrieve when you're in that shallow water. But when you bring it to the outside edge of the point, stop it, and then retrieve again. That starting and stopping action causes strikes. So make long casts across the point. When you come to the edge of the point, stop it, and just let it fall 1 second, and then start that retrieve again. I think I got one, all right. Anyway, that's the way you do it if I can get the fish in here. But you can see that stopping motion definitely causes a strike. We've cast across there probably about 15 times. And that one time I reeled it to the edge, stopped it, and started again. He just reacted and ate the bait. If you try that next time, you might catch a few more fish.
Yeah, I know. I've been catching these ones all day long. Big one.
Georgie, the cloud cover moved in. All right, buddy, I'm just ready to tell you the cloud cover.
I know. As soon as it did, I would think started whacking.
All right, buddy.
Hey. Oh. Little guy, I don't want him. I got my light line back
Oh,
on
let me
now.
get out of your way. You got your light line. That's the
Yeah.
trick, the light line, like I was telling you
That's
before.
right.
You went for that 14-pound test for a while and you weren't doing too good with it.
Another smallmouth.
All right, show it to the folks.
No, it's a largemouth.
It's a large.
Small largemouth. It's hard to tell. Some real little. The hook's way down in his gut, so what I do is I just let him go like that when you want to let him go, and the hook will dissolve in a month or so, or less than that. It dissolves real fast and won't hurt him at all, and you keep him alive that way. Just you lose a hook, but it's better than losing a fish.
Well, while you're putting on a new hook, let's show the folks what kind of knot you tie.
What I do is they got a lot of different names for this knot, but it's the strongest one they make. Put through once, put through again. You got a little loop right there. I don't know if you can see it. Got a little loop, and you take your line and wrap it around that standing piece 5 to 6 times. Run it through the hole, and wet your line. Pull it tight, makes a little noose. Gives you 90% of your line strength. That's
What's
strong.
that, trilene knot?
Yeah, they call them trilene. I think they call them uniknots. They got a couple different names. Everybody's trying to lay claim to it, I guess.
Let me give you a worm, George. You show the folks at home how you're putting your worm on also.
Okay.
I love on these rocks, folks. It's a lot of fun. You got to be real careful, but
Yeah.
the fishing's real good here, like we said. Any lake you go to, if you find structure like this where it's going on right down into the water, some rocks, some bushes like that, you
I just hooked these worms like you would a Texas worm. Put it in there once and come down and embed it in the body. Oops, not wet, but well, that'll do. But what you want to do is cover your hook up so you can drag it there on the bottom, not get snagged up if possible. I don't think it is here.
What size line you using now, George?
I got some 10 on there, but it's got some of that new stuff that's super skinny. It's about as skinny as 6-pound line, actually. I don't think it's as strong as 10, but I figured I'd try it out.
Georgie, you changed your pants a little bit there, huh, partner? It's getting a little too hot here, huh?
Getting too hot, ready to jump in.
Ready to hit it, huh?
I'm gonna go hand to hand with those fish. I haven't got a bite in a while. Just a lot of snags.
I feel it. Hold on, I
That
got
one?
a little something here.
What you got?
I don't know, don't feel that big, but...
Bullgills.
Oh, look at this, a bluegill. Nice one, though.
Oh, it's good.
Nice bluegill. Look at that boy. Look at him.
Yeah, good sized bluegill.
Nice size. Look at that boy.
Oh, you catch a bunch of those, that'd be some good eating.
Yeah. I tell you. Nice bluegill. Heck. Nice. Little hefty guy there, huh? Get back in there. Nice bluegill, though, folks. There he goes. Boom! He's off to the
I
races.
wouldn't mind catching a bunch of those.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'll tell you, George, it's been a great day here. We're having a good old time. I love bank fishing myself. It's so relaxing. We caught all kind of fish today. Largemouth, smallmouth, catfish, nice catfish,
Bluegills.
nice bluegill. We caught everything. The only thing we didn't catch was a carp. I'm going to spill the beans on you, buddy. George loves to catch carp.
Hey, I love to
Carpo, I
catch.
call him sometimes.
Wait a minute, I love to catch anything that bends the rod.
That's right, that's right.
But I don't mind catching carp, I'll tell you that.
So tell us about some of these carp you've been catching, George. You've been holding out on your buddy here,
Yeah.
or what?
I'll tell you, carp have saved the day a couple times for me on some fishing trips when nothing else is biting. I'll throw some dough ball or worm or some corn out there, and boom, I remember one time we must have caught 20 of them. They were like 5-pounders. It was a great trip only because of them.
I hear that it's quite a delicacy in some parts of the country, particularly in Poland and
Well,
Japan.
yeah,
Yeah.
the world over, carp are real popular. Like they're a gourmet, like you said, a delicacy all over the world, except for here. They got a bad rap or something, but they're a good fine fish, and you cook them right and they taste real well.
You know, the Game and Fish, Arizona Game and Fish, they're starting to, you know, promote the fact that there are plenty of carp in here and go out and get them, folks, because bank fishermen, you know, would love to catch these carp, and they're plentiful in all
They're a
lakes.
blast. You catch a 10, 20-pound carp, you're in for a heck of a fight.
Those big buffaloes, they're something else.
Oh, they've caught some huge ones out of here, too.
Yeah.
I caught about a 5-pounder off here one time. Not a lot of them around here because of the rocks, you know. Oh, look at that little bluegill messing around.
Yeah. Hey folks, another thing when you're bank fishing and you're using live bait, like we're using today, we're just messing around with some bobbers now so we could
Talk a little.
sit down and relax and talk after hitting it pretty hard. You have your night crawler on here and your bobber here, and what you want to do is present it real soft and easy so you don't whip it out there and break your night crawler off, like a lot of people do, myself included, many
Yeah,
times.
I do it all the time.
Until I realized, hey, it's a nice, gentle, easy flip to get it on out there. Sort of like this.
That's it.
It's nice and gentle.
That's a
Completely
good
different.
distance.
It's completely different from using artificial, where you could really just whip it on out there. That's a little tip that maybe some folks don't know about and can use out there.
You get any action at all?
Ah,
I haven't
Lewis,
had nothing.
I feel something tapping.
Really? Now another bluegill.
No, look at my pole.
That one bluegill's pretty good size. Whoa. You can snag?
big, baby. Oh, man.
All right, pull it, buddy. You got that strong line, Lee.
Whoa. There he is.
Big cat.
Cat.
Channel cat. Ooh, about 5-pound channel cat, huh?
Look at that boy.
Oh, he goes.
Nasty. Come here.
Oh.
I'm not messing with him, Georgie.
I know you don't like to grab
I don't
him.
like to mess with cats.
You've been stung, huh?
Where's Floyd when you need him?
Well, we can demonstrate a way to catch a cat,
Yeah, all right,
hopefully,
show him
huh?
how to grab him.
Well, I don't know if I want to show when it's bouncing around like that. Ooh.
Yeah, get out of the way so the camera can see him. We'll move him around now.
What you got to do is
Show the folks.
grab them so those pinchers there, those are nasty bone spikes. Got them there, and one here. I got that one held down in my hand. Well, you had him hooked good.
Does your friend
you
want that fish, George?
My friend over there at the store might want
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think they like catfish. I'm
Let me
gonna
go
have
over
to
here
just
and
cut
check
your
it.
hook here, and
Let me check it out, buddy.
it's a nice
Let me see it.
fish you caught, but
All right.
watch out now.
And I don't want to mess with him, so you show the folks how to grab that puppy,
Yeah.
huh?
You can also put this forward, put your hand
Yeah,
behind
that
and
guy
push
will
it.
hurt you bad, and those two things on
They'll
the
hurt you
side.
real bad.
They're hurting.
Gotta be careful. They also got sharp gill plates down here, right in here and stuff. Well, you want to put on a stringer for dinner?
Yeah, let's save that puppy
It's
for
a nice channel cat.
for our friend Gloria.
Look how clean. Okay.
I think the stringer's over there.
Here, I'll go get it.
Good stuff, folks.
All right, good
Catfish,
job.
bass, bluegill, great day. My buddy George with me. We got Dave Thompson on camera. What more can you ask for? Good old boys. We'll see you next time.